the bulls are the ones that are always along.
So what do the horns help them, like to move stuff, like shrub or
This thing is massive.
Yeah,
It's huge.
yeah, it's huge, and per day it eats roughly 200 kgs of food. So if you come in summer, it will be very open. Most of the bushes would have been eaten.
oh really? So they like birds?
Yeah, that's why at the moment the government is trying by all means to have us allowed to sell the tusk, because we have overpopulation now. So now the parks cannot accommodate the elephants that we have. We go?
Yes, he
Okay.
doesn't seem to care that we're here.
Yeah, this one is used to cars, and they're used to game drives.
Trying our best to bring people up to speed about African elephants as well as nature conservance. So no matter that, we've been working with these elephants for quite a long time, but you have to still remember these are still elephants. At any stage, if I say to you stand back, less noise, no sudden movement, no screaming, no shouting, you don't have the reason to ask me why, because prevention is always better than cure. And then remember, the more you're relaxed, the more comfortable you'll be. Otherwise, or maybe you will only run when you see us running, and then make sure to be in front of us, okay? Is that clear?
Yes.
All right, so good people, I'm just kidding. There is no way we're going to run, but our motto of today, let us chew, enjoy, and have a memorable elephant experience. You are more than welcome to ask as many questions as you can, as well to take as many pictures as you can. Okay, all right. So remember, long back ago, animals, they used to roam freely from Congo to Cape. They were living in peace and in harmony with the Khoisan and the Hottentots people. So basically, those were the first inhabitants to live in the southern and central Africa. They were also known as the hunter-gatherers, meaning to say they were depending on hunting wild animals as well as gathering wild fruits for their survival. Then gradually now, many came with this vast knowledge of agriculture, industrialization, as well as urbanization. And then he took 97% of the land mass and then left 3% to the animals. That's when the animal and human conflict started. And then people, they end up saying, oh, animal is a problem. Animal is it's a problem. That's a computer error somewhere, somehow. We are the problem, actually, because we are the ones who had invaded their natural inhabitants. So meaning to say, wherever you come from, whenever you put a fence around a place, you have to manage what is inside. Let's take, for instance, Kruger National Park, Wange National Park, even here at Zambezi National Park. It is not an elephant sanctuary. It is a natural reserve. Meaning to say, we have to take care of each and every living organism that is found within our perimeters. Starting from the grass, trees, insects, giraffes, elephants, buffaloes, just to mention just a few. So these elephants that we've got here, these are rescued elephants. Rescued from the culling operation, which took place in Zimbabwe in the early 80s. Remember, culling, whenever animals exceeds the ecological carrying capacity, they cause damages to the environment. Hence, proper management action is needed to be done to ensure that the balance in nature is restored back. So basically, it is done in two ways. Number one, translocation, whereby you have to transfer a certain number of animals from a small area to a place where there is vast land for them to go on free roaming. That's why they end up forming what they called the Trans-Frontier Park, which was an agreement between Zimbabwe, Mozambique, and South Africa. And so the Kaza that is found in this side, whereby it includes Zimbabwe, Zambia, Namibia, Botswana, and then Angola. So what they did in Kruger National Park is that now they just opened the gates all the way from Kruger National Park to Mozambique, Mozambique to Zimbabwe, Zimbabwe back to South Africa. So that big buffaloes, elephants, giraffes, they can go on free roaming all the way from Kruger National Park to Gaza National Park in Mozambique, to Gonarejo National Park in Zimbabwe, and then back to Kruger National Park in South Africa. And it is working very, very well. That's a job well done. Then secondly, you can do the culling operation as a last option. All right. Then culling, it is very sad. Why I'm saying so? Because culling, it is more like a diabolical way, which is normally used to reduce the number of elephants from an area where there is overpopulation of elephants. But the way how they do it now, it is very, very disgusting, very, very painful. Let's say, for instance, they bump into a head of 100 elephants. They have to destroy the whole head. They have to kill everybody, big babies, grannies, aunties, uncles within the head. They have to destroy the whole head, and nobody is supposed to survive. To ensure that there is a complete destruction of the whole head, they have to shoot all the way from the air using some helicopters to ensure that there is 100% completely destruction of the whole head. Then fortunately now, these elephants, they survived the culling operation. It was a narrow escape for them, though their parents, they were killed, but they were supposed to be killed again. That's whereby the Sonderland Conservants, one of the experts and pioneers in conservation in Zimbabwe, they sit down the Zimbabwe National Parks Authority, animal rights organization, they come to a conclusion whereby Sonderland Conservants, they were given order and authority to rescue these elephants so that at least we can use them as educational tools, whereby you have to bring people up to speed about African elephants, nature conservants, as well as to take them as ambassadors for the sake of our future generations. Because we want the next generations to be able to see a real live elephant, not to see an elephant from the documentaries, from the magazines. We want them to be able to see a real live elephant. That's our main objective, why we're having these elephants right here. With the great support and better innovations, we strongly believe that the Zimbabwean landscape, in collaboration with Elephant Cheetah Experience, they can be able to provide at least a conducive environment whereby you can be able to live in peace and in harmony with our wild animals, so that at least the animal and human conflict will come to an end. That's our main priority. Probably that's Vision 2040. We'll be expecting each and every person to be able to live in peace and in harmony with our wild animals. And then we as Elephant Cheetah Experience, we are going to embark on groundbreaking initiatives whereby we'll be mainly focusing on elephant land expansion as well as their migration routes. All right, any questions?
How do you see their mood in the morning or in the evening, that it has changed?
Actually, with our elephants here, on daily basis, we do some morning exercises, whereby we take our elephants to the training ground, whereby we're doing a lot of exercises, 10 left, 10 right, about 10 fast walk, slow down, sit down. That's the time whereby we're trying to find out in which the mood our elephant is. Is it good, bad, or average? Then we know the proper way how to work or handle that elephant that particular day. All right. And then all the emotions of an elephant are displayed on a section. There is a section between the eye and the ear, which is called the temporal gland.
Wow.
Where all the emotions will be displayed. Emotions like anger, fear, distrust, lust, tears of happiness, and also tears of sadness. Meaning to say now, whenever an elephant is in a good mood, you will secrete 80% running water, and then 20% will be some pheromones, and that water quickly evaporates. And then you know this area, this elephant is in a good mood, is enjoying each and every time. Just like somebody will be having breakfast in bed. You'll be enjoying each and every minute, okay? And then whenever an elephant is in a bad mood now, you will secrete a thick fluid, dark in color like used oil, and then it will be a continuous pouring. And that liquid, it leaves a dark mark, which takes time to disappear. And then you know this elephant is in a bad mood or something is irritating that elephant. Yes. All right. Any questions? And then also when working with our elephants here, no force has been applied. We don't beat our elephant submissions. We don't put them on chains. What we only do is just to follow their natural body movements. Let's say, for instance, I want to train an elephant to do the head shake. I mustn't go there, grab the head of the elephant, shake it vigorously to teach him how to do the head shake. No, I have to wait for that elephant to shake its head naturally. Then I'll approach that elephant as soon as possible with a lot of food. Then I'll say, that's head shake, head shake. Good boy, good girl, well done. More food, more food, more food. So it's all about repetition, repetition, repetition. These guys, basically, they've got a long-term memory. They don't forget. Whenever the light is on, it's on forever. And that method, we call it an ask and reward method. You ask him to do something. If he does it perfectly, then you reward that elephant. Just as good as bribery and corruption. It works with the elephants, it works everywhere. All right.
So what language do they understand.
Actually, our elephants here, we train them in English.
Okay.
So that it will be easy for anyone all over the world to come, interact with them without any problem.
Brilliant.
And also, when working with our elephants here, it's quite different from what they do up there in India, Thailand, whereby they just raise one elephant, one mahout for life. Meaning, say, if you try to introduce a new guy in between, you'll be more like putting that guy in a big danger. But with our elephants here, we rotate on daily basis. The reason being that elephants, they can easily get attached themselves to one person. Meaning to say, if one of the elephants don't attach myself, meaning to say, whenever I want to take my time off, I have to go with that elephant. Because nobody will be able to work with that elephant during my absence. And unfortunately, that elephant won't fit in a taxi, so we have to rotate each and every time.
Yes.
So whenever I'm not available, it's business as usual. All right. So our elephants are about to come now, so that we can just come and join me here, so that we can meet our elephants. All right. So as you can see, these are African elephants. They have got big ears. Asian elephants, small ears. The reason being that African elephants, they grow nearly twice as big as the Asian elephants. All right. And also, their ears, if you have a look, are designed more like the map of Africa. You see the map of Africa, the ear. It looks more like the map of Africa. And then if you go to the Asian elephant, their ears are also designed as the map of India. That's the reason why probably most people, they call them the Indian elephants, and these the African elephants. And these are two different species. You can't crossbreed an African elephant and an Asian elephant. It's impossible. They've tried it several times with a new success rate. They even tried to do the artificial insemination and then didn't work out. All right. So the name of this elephant is Tongwe. Tongwe. That's the name of a river from a place where she came from. She is about 27 now, and then she weighs close to 2 tons. And then the guy on top, that's Future.
Future.
And then the big boy, his name is Boniface. Boniface, 45 years old. He weighs close to 5 tons. Then the guy on top, that's Africa. Then the one at the end, the name of the elephant, that's Temba. Temba, which means trust in the local language. Temba was born in captivity. His father is a wild bull. He paid us a visit. Then he took his mother out for dinner for 3 nights. Then he disappeared in the bush. Then after 22 months, Temba was born. So Temba was expecting his father to come back, but the father didn't show up. So he trusted us more than his father, 21 years old. Then the guy on top, that's Owen. All right, so this, and also on the ground, I'm also my co-guide by the name of Lakson. And then Charles behind us, who is going to lead us the way into the bush. So these 3 guys on top, they are well informed. You have to ask them as many questions as you can. Keep them busy in preparation for a mini examination at the end of your elephant experience, okay? Are you ready to rock and roll with your Ellies?
Yes.
If you are ready, follow me to the loading bay.
Sinking low, scatterlings and fugitives, hooded eyes and weary brows, seek refuge in the night. They are the scatterlings of Africa, each uprooted one, on the road to Belamanga, where the world began. South Africa, each and every one, in their hearts a burning hunger, beneath the copper sun. Yumbo hum, yumbo hum, yumbo concern. African idea, African idea. Make the future clear, make the future clear. And we are scatterling South Africa, both you and I. We run the road to Belamanga, beneath the copper sky. And we are scattering South Africa, our journey to the sky. Far below we live forever, dreams of what we were. The world is full of strange behavior. Every man has to be his own savior. I know I can make it on my own if I try, but I'm searching for a great heart to stand me by underneath the African sky. A great heart to stand me by. I'm searching for the spirit of the great heart to hold and keep me by. I'm searching for the spirit of the great heart under African skies. Sometimes I feel that you really know me. Sometimes there's so much you can show me. There's a highway of stars across the heavens. There's a whispering song of the wind in the grass. There's a rolling thunder across the savannah, a hope and a dream at the edge of the sky. And your life is a story like the wind. Your life is a story like the wind. I'm searching for the spirit of the great heart to hold and stand me by. I'm searching for the spirit of the great heart under African skies. I'm searching for the spirit of the great heart. I see the fire in your eyes. I'm searching for the spirit of the great heart that beats my name inside. Sometimes I feel that you really know me. Sometimes there's so much you can show me.
If you may introduce yourself.
Good evening to you, sir. My name is Juliet Spanda. I was born in the National Parks Field area. It's like I grew up there. My father was a game ranger as well. It's unfortunate that he passed on. So I enjoyed living in the national parks, like bush life. I grew up there I did my primary in the parks area till the secondary level when I completed my O-levels. I then joined the national parks in 2009, as a game ranger. Up to this period, I really like the job. I'm enjoying being a game ranger.
That's wonderful. So this will lead us to maybe our first question. As you may know that my name is Reverend Mucharuchka John Chiso. I've been born here in Zimbabwe, but now I'm based in the United Kingdom, where I work as a minister of religion and I'm on sabbatical leave. That is a vacation, and I have passion on elephants because there is a lot we learn. We humans, we can learn a lot from how these animals behave, their habits, and their migration from the physical tours that I've done. So I now want to synchronize you with the massive experience that you have as a game ranger. Can you tell us, Juliet, about the habits of elephants through your experience, especially the wild elephants? What are their habits?
Okay, thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity.
Yes.
Yeah, elephants are like, due to my knowledge, they like staying close to people. Most of the times, when they have their cows, they don't want to live in the thicket because they are also scared of being attacked by the lions. Lions are not good at all to other animals. They are a threat. So they like moving from the thicket, from the bush, coming close, like when in rural areas, they might come and stay just close by the fields. Most of the times they are also bad to human because they destroy the fields.
And I understand there's also a conflict which will happen even though they think that they are getting a sanctuary or security from humans, but they end up destroying the fields of humans, especially during their harvest periods. They end up invading their fields, things like that.
That's true. Like I said before, they don't want to stay far away from a human because they also want their cows to be defended by the humans. They'll be scaring of these lions because they are so harmful. Can I use that word?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, to their cows. So they think that if they come close to the people, their cows will be protected by human beings. So
it shows what you are explaining. It shows to me that they are intelligent animals because if they know that humans can provide a form of protection to some extent, which means they are intelligent.
Yeah, that's true. They are so intelligent. You might think that maybe they think like their minds are like
other animals.
They're not like other animals. Their minds are like us human beings.
Wow.
Because most of the times when having their babies, they are too harsh. They might be too dangerous again to the human beings. They come to us at the same time. They are a problem as well. So when coming to humans, when coming close to the homes, you make sure you don't play around with them because they might be too dangerous to human beings as well.
That's good. Now let's move on to their behavior. What would you say the behavior of elephants through your experience? I understand that you have worked in one camp and now you have moved here to the one in Vic Falls. Through your experience, what have you noticed that this distinguished the elephants' experience which you got as part of their behavior?
This one I can say, the more they come from the bush. It's like they come to feed, or they come looking for water when during dry seasons. They come, they can migrate, they can walk a long distance searching for water. Most of the times around people, we do have we use the pumping system so that animals get water. Like in the bush, the pens will be dry, so they have to walk all the way from the bush coming to the rivers, to the dams built by people, built by human beings. So they come there. When they come, as I said, they are also a problem. They think everything now will be belonging to them. They don't need any disturbances there.
So they become in charge.
Yes.
In charge of the jungle.
In charge of the jungle. As you can see that, how big is that animal? Looking at your height, looking at your bodies, like these things.
But even though they may be regarded as the big five, it is being counted among the big five, and yet they are scared of lions.
Lion is a most dangerous animal, let me tell you.
Wow.
A lion is a most dangerous animal, and it's a most powerful animal. I think and I believe without having these trunks, the body was going to be nothing to the lion.
Against the
lion. The other big five. So the advantage of these animals is only their trunks.
Okay.
Without the trunk,
there's power.
There is power in that trunk.
Yeah.
Though they might be held by those legs, but the power comes through the trunk.
Yeah, it reminds me when I went to the lion, elephants, and cheetah experience. I did an opportunity to ride domesticated elephant, which was known as Temba. That was the name of the one which I ride. And the guide was telling me about the trunk which you are mentioning. And he showed me the left side and the right side, and I saw the difference. There's another side which was a bit harder, and the other one which was a bit soft. And he was saying to me, the one which is harder, that's they may call it it will be a right hand trunk elephant. If it is the left, then it's a left hand trunk elephant. When it is pruning, or when it is fighting, or when it is using anything, like we humans, there are some people who are left hand, and there are some who are right hand. So I could distinguish to see, the difference between that with us humans, and the strength that comes from it. And you are saying everything, if it needs to break a tree, to pick anything with that trunk, it can. The only other hand which it can use was the tusk. It can use it, but you are saying the trunk is the most effective part of it. So we are still on the behavior. Are they those behavior that are nonsensical to us human beings, or to other animals that you reckon, you remember in your line of duty, which you want to mention to us, the behavior in terms of these elephants?
Most of the times when having the calves, they will be too harsh. I don't know where this mentality will be coming from. I think it's another way of protecting the calves. When they're moving, they don't allow the cows behind them. They will be on front. Anything that comes up front to the calf, I can tell you it's a damage. It's anything will be destroyed. Whether it's a tree lying up front, the cows fails to cross the tree, that tree for sure it will remain like pieces. I don't know.
So they are very, very protective.
So they are 100% protective to their calves.
So whenever we see problems, people saying they encounter the herd of elephants and they were chased by them, then we should calculate that there was a calf. And if people bump into them and if they pass through without any trouble, and then we know that there are no calves. Yes, because we did the same thing. We were coming from Chove, in Botswana, and in the evening after Kazungula border, we bumped into the head of these elephants. They were trooping themselves, crossing the road, and our driver reduced the speed for us to take photographs, and we did quietly. And there was no trouble at all. They all crossed, and the other, we bridged them. They stopped the other side, and then we passed through without any trouble. So it means that there was no calf on that.
So only big ones.
Yes.
Because the fight only comes when they are having the calves.
Okay, that's when the patriarch will push and try to charge towards anybody else who wants to come to the head.
That's the situation when they're having their calves. When they are males, the juveniles, the old ones, the male ones, the bulls. We mean the bulls. Yeah. Most of the times when are in a group, they doesn't have any much problems, unless if one of
the
them,
mother, the older one,
or at times when there is a wounded elephant amongst the herd. Yeah, I tell you, you might face some challenges.
Ooh, dear.
Yeah, when other of the one of the elephant in the group is wounded, for sure, I tell you, you see the dangers.
Oh, dear.
You will see the dangers, and you will meet.
Yeah, I've heard some people, this might be myth, this might be truth, but it's good for us to have somebody who works with these animals day in, day out. About if a calf is born, I'm told that the bull, even if it is miles away or kilometers away, it will come just to greet and to see
the newly born cow.
Is that true?
It's true. As I said earlier on, that these animals, they do have the human being's mind. Sometimes they do act like as if it will be listening to a word of command. It's like to be listening that someone is coming close to us, so we have to respect or we have to protect. It only depends with the situation on ground. Wow. When it's on drought season, or else when they've traveled a long distance, you come close to them, I tell you, it will be a different story. It will be a different story to you. So please, you have to take care.
Okay. Oh, thank you very much for that. Let's move on to migration. What causes these lovely animals, elephants, to migrate from one location to another?
Simply, it's because of the drought.
Drought is the
Water.
one of the major impacts to their movement from one place to another. And I've heard others, they talked about food, in search of food.
Yes.
They can travel. How long is the distance they can travel?
I can give you an example, like here in Zimbabwe, they can go as far as Botswana. Ooh. From Zimbabwe to Botswana, and they can make that journey in a single of a day.
Wow.
They can walk like, I don't know.
In search of water and in search of food. And I'm told that their memory, they don't forget their roots. They know every single route which they use.
When we are in the bush like rangers, if you want someone not to get lost, we usually walk with those roads. We call them the animal paths.
Okay, animal
So
path,
if
yes.
you are lost, you take the animal path.
Yes.
Surely it will take you somewhere.
All right.
It will take you somewhere. It's path to path. It's pen to pen. It's a certain area to a certain area. So if you're lost in the bush, not knowing where to go, not knowing your direction, not knowing the position, the location, take one of the animal path.
Oh, wow.
It will lead you
Somewhere where it could be safe.
Yes.
Or it could be dangerous.
Not the danger times, but I mean, you are lost, you are in the bush, you have nowhere to go, and you don't even know the place. It's like you'll be,
in a
what do you
confusion
call it?
state.
Yes.
Where you just go around in circles. So the
same
best
place.
thing to get out of your location,
because
follow the path
Yes.
of these
You'll be thinking
animal.
that you have traveled a long distance, a long way, not knowing that you'll be just turning around some place. But if you take the animal path, I'm telling you, it will lead you to somewhere
which is better. Yeah, I also heard that the third migration which might impact these elephants is the conflict with humans. And especially, you said sometimes they feel safe to come to the human villages. But however, as they terrorize their fields, and humans tend to react against them, and some of them, they end up retreating and then move away. The more people occupy maybe some of these borderlines within games, because some game reserves, there are no demarcations, and people, they continue putting their fields one year after the other, and then it impact these elephants to move little bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's like people are doing unlawful, can I say, planting or just locating themselves in unprohibited areas. Someone can just come, see the land is fertile, then at the end of the day, he decides to plow there, he decides to put his plants there. So those animals will be knowing that we are still in the bush, not knowing that someone has decided again to put his place there. So I tell you, it's a challenge to human beings. And also a challenge to the animals, because these two things will be enemies. The animals will be coming to the area, and at the same
They'll
time,
claim to say it's part of our territory.
yes, this is
and
our
the
territory.
human being says, oh, that's my field.
That's my field.
And then there's a conflict.
There's conflict all the time. A human being sees the elephant, he tries to poach, but it's unfortunate that without a rifle, you cannot poach an elephant. You cannot
We'll
do
come
that.
to that question of poaching.
All right.
But let's see the low level of human beings when they try to fight back. We know they use unorthodox methods. Some they use cyanide, to kill them, and they can see that they are being killed. That's why they end up retreating. And some they, use these homemade wires to trap them. And I know some, they say they just cut them off, but it end up, trapping even other animals which might not be the target. But however, all those method used by humans, it end up scaring them to push them a little bit back, though from time to time they can sage to come back.
At times, I can say most of the times, when these human beings put the wire snares, that is where the problem comes back again. Because once the elephant is tied up with a wire snare, it's an obvious thing that it breaks. Imagine it puts down a baobab tree, the big baobab tree, when it's angry. So then the moment you put those wire snares, the leg is tied up, the wire is in pain. Imagine what happens when that animal meets a human being.
Oh, it will be charging.
Just imagine. Because it will be telling itself that when it sees a human being, I'm killing this one because he's the one who made this pain to me.
Then we also have the fourth line of conflict, the poachers, which is one of the fundamental reason why you game rangers you also do patrols in the national parks to make sure that the poaching is not thriving, to make sure that your territories are well protected and our animals are safe. Can you say a bit more about these the poachers?
Yeah, like here in Zimbabwe, we do have what we call local poachers. Most of the times, Zimbabwe doesn't allow anyone using a rifle. That is totally unlawful. When you're seeing someone having an unregistered rifle, totally you're in prison. So
are you telling me that a rifle is strong enough to gun down an elephant rather than another gun?
Yeah, we do have different types of calibers.
Okay.
And also, like, we do have people whom we call snipers. Like me, I can put it down using my AK-47.
Oh my gosh.
But you only check the position.
Okay.
Remember to check the position where you
Yes.
put your shot, your gunshot.
Yeah, because others, they say if you try to shoot it on
Just
the head.
under the trunk here,
Yeah.
it's gone. Just behind the ear, it's gone. A long shot again, it's gone. But when you try putting it on the back, my friend, you're in danger.
Oh my gosh.
Make sure you are ready for running. You are ready for a race.
Oh my gosh.
So when putting down an elephant,
it needs people who are trained,
oh yes,
who should know where to put it down.
yes, at once.
At once.
You might use 1, 2, not more than 3 rounds, because that thing is dangerous. I don't want to lie. An elephant that's why it's included in a big 5.
Okay.
It's a most dangerous animal as well.
Yeah, because I saw when I shared my experience with elephants, most of my relatives, they were scared to say, were you not scared? Don't get close to them, because they have that memory. But well, my courage was from the explanation which we got from those who were, giving us some introduction to say these they behave well. Of course, like the one which I ride, it was a stubborn one. I was told the dangers, and I was told how to behave so that we get along well. And I followed the instructions.
All the instructions, all the regulations.
All the regulations. And it went very, very well without any trouble.
Yeah.
And at one point in Gweru Antelope Park, there was another which was on the middle. And I was also told that one doesn't need to be tagged or to do anything. Because they assess their moods every morning,
all right,
to make sure that they're ready to encounter with people.
Right?
And that one which was on the middle, they told me that don't touch it. But I was closer enough, a few centimeters. I didn't bother, but I was concentrating on the bigger one, which was its name was Mother. Amai, that was the name for it, and we were in friends for that couple of minutes, and it was. We were supposed to be there for 2 hours, but we ended up being there at least 1 hour 35 minutes. Because there was another group which was supposed to come.
Right.
Yeah. So yes, I totally agree with you that these are dangerous animals, even if they are tamed, animals. Because before I come here, I never thought I could encounter elephants on this side of the Zambezi. What I saw online was the other side in Zambia,
all right,
which was Zambia Livingstone, because here I was told that the other one elephant actually killed one of the guide, those guys who normally,
the elephant experience.
Yes.
Yeah, it's true.
Yes. So it appears that on the line there was no, marketing that we do have them here. So when I was talking with someone to say I want to cross to Zambia to have experience, they said no, we do have them here. I said no. He said yes. He gave me their contact number. I contacted them and I went there and I saw them and I was bubbling on top of the clouds. But with the little scare that this is where somebody was killed.
Where somebody lost his life. Imagine it was towards Xmas. I remember this is the second year on the 28th of December.
Oh my gosh.
I can tell you one thing that my young brother who comes after me was riding that same elephant on that same day.
Oh my gosh.
And people started calling me, are you okay? Did you hear anything bad today? I said, what's the story? What's your story? Please come up with a story. It's like they were scared, telling me that one of the guides is being killed as we are speaking right now, is being killed with the same elephant that they do feed, that they do ride, that they take time with it each and every day. One of the guides is down and he is dead and he is no more.
Oh my
but
gosh.
It's unfortunate part on my side that my brother quickly woke up and he's still there.
Oh, we thank God for that. It's a sad story,
It's a sad
and
story to
those
another
who lost
family.
their life, may their soul rest in peace. Right. So actually, we were actually talking about their migration, and we ended up in this experience of how ruthless they may be if they are, caught in the crossfire with the poachers, because we were tracking on the bad behavior of the poachers, how they end up having conflict, and these poachers sometimes might force these elephants to migrate from one location to another if they see some of them being put down. Yes. And then I've heard that you guys, when you want to know that these animals are in search of food, in search of water, as you mentioned, that they can cross to distance locations like Botswana or Zambia or other far part of the world. Nowadays, through technology, they are putting trackers. Can you say a bit of trackers? How does those trackers help you to know that these animals, they are where they are?
Yeah, it's like we call them the collar.
Okay.
They are collared animals, not only for elephants, but people do different projects. Others will be doing on lions, others on giraffes, others on elephants. Only depend of your interests.
Yes.
So it's like when you collar your elephant, it will be in your computer. You'll be searching it each and every day. And it will be telling you your location when it's lost or when it gets into another man's land or another man's territory. It is easily located.
Okay.
You can be taking the log state because you will be watching it on the computer. You will be watching each and every movement. When it's down, that same particular day, you'll be knowing its problems, everything that will be happening upon it.
So that's another reason which helps you to see the statistics of their migration, how they move from one location to another, to say what causes these animals to move from point A to point B. If you get into the fields, into the forest, then you may end up realizing that, there's no water in these ponds, or they are poachers, or they are lions trying to chase them. There's war.
When we are in the bush, guys, we walk. I can tell you, we walk.
All right.
We can walk a day. We have to walk at least 20 to 25 kilometers.
My gosh.
Checking the area, clearing the area, will be like checking the illegal activities that were caused by most of the times the poachers. I mean armed poachers. Armed
Yeah,
poachers.
that's why even myself, when I went to animal experience, I had to wear a tactical vest because I was before warned that when we were riding, we were escorted by armed,
Yes.
rangers at that game park, and we asked why carrying guns. They said, "Oh, we may encounter these poachers."
Yes.
And that's why I just needed to protect myself. I was wearing a tactical vest to make sure that I don't lose my confidence in this exercise which I was doing.
Yes, most of the times the poachers that come against those animals are poachers like here in Zimbabwe. We've got problems with poachers coming from Zambia. They are the ones who always attack these animals, not in search of food, not in search of meat, but they need their ivories.
But it's banned. We understand that it has been banned. It's no longer sellable. These ivory, how are they find it back to the market when the World Ivory Organization have banned it?
Yeah, every illegal thing.
Yeah, it will find its way.
Someone who gets something from it.
Yeah.
Even if you ban, even if you do what,
Yes.
someone will be gaining something from that ban.
That's a very intelligent clue. Yeah, some people they ban in order for them to thrive.
Yes,
yeah,
to success on their things.
On their things.
Like,
and then the rest will be off.
Yes.
And they focus on something
We'll
else.
be reluctant. We'll be relaxing,
yet for
guys.
others, few, then they are the ones now who can now thrive their business.
Yes.
Oh,
we'll be
I
seated
didn't know.
there, relaxing there, thinking that the government has banned all this shit, has banned all these things.
Yeah.
But someone will be gaining, someone will be, the business will be successful. One man's meat is another man's poison, remember?
Yes. Oh, that's why you are game rangers. You know all the information that we don't know. We just follow the television, the newspapers, whatever is being published, and then we say, oh, this is where we are. Yet other people are actually thriving. We see them, building mansions, invest a lot of money. Then we ask our questions. How did they get all that money? Yet they are taking advantage of the ban.
Yes, they take advantage of the situation.
That's very interesting. As we try to wind up, what would you say about the elephants? Your concluding remarks about the elephants.
Lovely
because
animals.
I have passion in them. What would you?
Lovely. They are so lovely animals. We cannot do people. We cannot do without elephants.
Oh, good.
They can even protect us as we will be protecting them as well.
Good.
Because they can easily show you that they are enemies. If you see them running towards you, fine, you might think that they are coming to attack you, but there will be an enemy behind them. So they will be running away from the enemies coming to you. They give you a clue, please guys, watch that side, they are enemies. So we will be on patrol. It's our task. It's our job. It's our thing to do.
Oh, thank you, Juliet Swanda. It has been my pleasure having an opportunity to chat with you. You actually gave me a lot of insight about the life of the elephants. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mucha. Nice to meet you. Thank you so much.
Okay, bye.
sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found, was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear the hour I first